We are live. Welcome back to the Nobody Ass Show, everyone. It's been
It's
a
good to
little
be back.
while.
It's good to be back with
Yeah,
you boys.
yeah. Great to be back. It's a big day here in the USA.
It's a huge day. This was one of those like weird weeks where we had to keep pushing back, and each day I think it was a different one of us that had some conflict. So we're glad to be here. Glad to be talking World Cup on the eve of America's first step towards conquest of the national stage.
Yeah,
The national stage. I like that.
it's gonna be
It's
one of the
just
best moments in American history.
international
Starting
stage,
tonight.
I guess. Yeah. Have y'all seen the commercial with Mike Ruzioni? It's like two guys at a bar talking like, "Oh, the USA will never win. They don't have this or that," and then he just looks up from a table by himself and goes, "What? You don't believe in miracles?" And then walks out. It's an epic commercial. Whoever did
I
that
have
was
I
not.
well
haven't seen
done.
that.
I have not
No.
seen that, and I'm glad you brought that up, Boone, because I have a little bit of a comparison later today in today's
Okay.
show involving Mike Ruzioni. So excited that was brought up. But before we get too into soccer and down that rabbit hole of the United States, let's talk about our Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What a like Evan, I think you said it in the group chat the other day for being overall a lackluster playoffs, both NBA and NHL. The finals have been good. I mean,
I would
the
say
games have all
exceptional.
been the games have all been awesome.
Except for last night's game, kind of sucked. Like it was, Carolina kind of pulled away on that one. But other than that, every single game's just been fantastic. I'm still not quite sure what I watched on Wednesday night in the NBA Finals. I'm still kind of trying to process if that was real life, and we can get to that here in a second. But yeah, the Stanley Cup Finals have been incredible. You have to hope that Vegas can get it done and we can get a Game 7 there. But I've also kind of come around on. I was really high on the Knights, wanting them to win. I think I just want 7 games and I don't really care who wins, which is a very rare thing for me to have in sports where I always find myself rooting one way or the other. Just to be a completely neutral fan, if I got to a Game 7, I think would be
Yeah.
incredibly fun to watch.
Yeah, I definitely want. I definitely want 7 games, but those of us with Kane's futures wouldn't mind it ending sooner. The Jordan Staal story is really interesting. I think he's scored in like 14 consecutive Stanley Cup games across like 20 years difference or something. The last time the Canes won, I think he was a rookie or early in his career, and he's scored in every single Stanley Cup game he's ever played in. That's
I
Yeah,
have not heard that.
His story and what's his name? Bussy, the goalkeeper,
Bussy, yeah,
Bussy,
yeah, yeah.
Bussy. He's been
Played
incredible. I feel like it was just a matter of time for the Canes kind of got hot,
Yeah.
but these games, what have we had? Like two
Well-
overtime
Yeah,
Well,
games, I think already. Incredible.
I was at what was it? Game 4. I was out, drinking. I was at the Yankees game and got rained out. Fuck the Yankees. Anyways, I was at the bar watching, and they're like, "Yo, let's go home," because like it was up. What was it 3? Yeah, 3-0 or 4-0 in like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh shit! All right, let's hop on the subway, get out of here." And then it's time to go to bed. I wake up the next morning. I missed the whole 4-goal comeback and the OT. So I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
That one was that one was the
It's
craziest.
just unbelievable.
this series is kind of like whatever team gets up early, just auto bet the spread live. Like
Yeah.
minus or plus 2.5 has been free money
Yeah.
this whole series.
And
Yeah.
and the way that, like, Evan, I think that was definitely the craziest game of the series so far. But the
Yeah,
way
for
that the
sure.
Canes lost that as well, just
Oh,
completely missed it off went off the goalie. I think. Oh my lord, tragic.
Well, I think that gives us a little bit of a good transition to the worst loss I've ever seen in sports history, in city history.
Yeah.
First off, I really, really, after game 3 and watching how the Knicks fans like behave, it's like, no, how can you ever root for any of those guys to win something?
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
going into game 4,
Yeah.
it's like I was such a big Spurs fan, and I was like, and I even sent to you guys in the
I think
group
the
chat,
whole world was.
this is about to be the biggest blown loss.
Yeah.
I called it pretty early, and I just was like, I knew it was going to happen, or felt like it was. I shouldn't say knew it. At a certain point, I thought
Well,
it was.
I mean, you
and
can
then
say
just-
knew it though. You can say knew it. Like you said earlier, I can't believe what I saw, but you can. It's just like that's what the Knicks have done.
Well,
Yeah,
right.
what?
We've
Yeah.
seen the Knicks already
Yeah.
break the record
Yeah.
this postseason.
Yeah, I
And-
think. Sorry, go ahead, Evan.
And then just I mean, even though the Knicks did it, the Spurs just did everything possible to fucking help them. I mean, you see, I've heard the comparison countless times, but like, you know, you can look back like when the Patriots beat the Falcons, and I'm gonna, you know, talk about that any chance I get. Yeah, the Patriots did everything right, and you know, you've seen them do it a million times before. But so did the Falcons. Also, blow it. Did a lot of things to help blow the game by keep passing the football. That's exactly what the fucking Spurs did on Wednesday night as well. You know?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Chuck.
Go ahead.
I think a lot of the narrative also like has been down to Fox and like how he went for that layup and just the way he played like down the stretch. But if you look at like the fact that Mitch didn't call a timeout during a 22-4 run, the fact that Wemby missed 2 crucial free throws that could have made it like 106-103 and probably tucked the game away, barring like a crazy Knicks 3-pointer. I really think like, you know, Fox, if he goes to he goes to the layout, he thought he had space, but like the Spurs had so many opportunities to win this game that you can't look at one specific moment and just say, hey, this guy like lost him the game. Like there's too many things that they did wrong.
Right, but there's such fine margins in all this. Like, Evan, to your example about the Falcons, if they win the Super Bowl, if the Falcons don't choke that, everyone's talking about the play Julio made. But instead that's lost. Or if the Knicks don't come back and complete that comeback, everyone's talking about Josh Hart missing that layup dunk thing he did. Like, the result of the craziest tipping I've ever seen, while we're talking about Mitch not doing the timeout, why is your 7'5" rim protector out there on the perimeter guarding Jalen Brunson, who's all of 5'10"? Like, and OG doesn't get that rebound if you have Wemby down low.
Well, also it's another just coaching error, like immediately. So obviously they kept the guy, even if you don't have, you know, even if you do have Wemby out there, they didn't have anybody on the inbounder, which I honestly kind of like that decision. But at the same time, as a coach, you have to be like, okay, no one's on him. But the second the ball's in, someone has to be on him to box him out. Like they just clearly left that lane open.
Yeah. But it's not like it was Clarkson hanging out there. Like it was OG. Like I feel like you got to put a body on him. I don't hate putting Wemby on Brunson. Like
I don't hate it either.
I think like if you're gonna put a body on him, like make it Wemby. There's 5 seconds left. He's gonna go for, you know, like give him a big. Yeah. Oh my lord! Just and then the play after that though with Harper on the inbound pass. Did you guys see though? Did you guys see, and this just pisses me off even more about the Knicks fandom to some degree, the fans just crowding around him and Karl Anthony Towns telling him to crowd around, and he had like no space to really. Yeah. If he and people were saying he could have asked for space to like back up and have more space to get like more arc on the ball, and he was, you know, he's a rookie. He's obviously not going to do that, but like. But looking back at it, he was so encroached by those fans. Like I'm not surprised.
I didn't even look at it.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
That was actually a good. Like I mean, he makes a good pass. Castler gets that in.
Well, like, I was just gonna say, as much as we've just talked shit on Mitch, like that was a great play call.
Oh, and very very smart putting Cat on the inbound pass. But
I also didn't hate what they did on the defensive series. Obviously, like left OG wide open, who's played fantastic in the last 2 games.
He's so good. He's so good.
Yeah. But like, I liked what they did, and I'm not sure if it was a him error or a team error, not just getting someone back over to OG after the inbound.
Right.
Like, don't have anyone on him in the inbound to make it tough to get the ball in. The second the ball is in, you got to get somebody over on him. Like that needs to be immediate.
And we even say that, but let's also not take away the fact that was a incredible play. Like the fact that he got it, even touched it, and then got it at that angle to tip it in was the athleticism's like off the charts there. I don't know how he did that.
Yeah,
and the home court bounce as well. I mean that's like incredible athleticism, incredible just nose for the ball, like ball hawking safety type shit. But there's such a huge element of luck in that. Like that's just the dagger in the hearts.
Yeah, and I think like I still just think the coaching, like the Spurs were in the bonus as well, like early. Why are you going to? We're not going to the rim. Why are you just shooting threes here? And like
It happens every game where they just pull Wemby out of they dominate early in almost every game. Wemby down low, drive, kick to Wemby, and then it seems like they'll do flashes of it the rest of the game, but they just go away from it. Yeah. And whenever they go back to it, it's there again. Maybe I'm missing something where the Knicks are doing something different defensively, so they can't do it, but it doesn't appear that way to me at all.
Wemby is too good of a shooter to miss as many free throws as he has. Like, I feel like every time I see him at the line this series, he's missing a free throw in a pivotal situation.
Nervous.
I feel like he's barely missed, and those
really?
two free throws were like the ones where I was like, "Oh my gosh, he missed them."
Yeah, but I feel like I feel like you're just like locked in on him missing that, and you're thinking he missed. I don't think he's missed anything else.
He's been pretty.
No.
I want to see the stats, but he's been pretty damn good from the line.
I'll look him up.
And that's why it was such a shock. I think that he misses both of those.
Also, Stephon Castle's a fucking G, by the way. That guy's who I want shooting my free throws.
He's gonna be great. I mean, the whole team. Harper has been really exciting to watch. Also, did you see? Just last thing on dissecting the kind of the plays that the way the Spurs lost. The NBA today called that Castle, where they called Castle out of bounds. I think there was like 30 seconds. The NBA came out today and said that was the wrong call.
Really?
And he was actually inbounds. Yeah, and that was a turnover to the Knicks right before that big three-pointer.
But he's shooting 83.3% from the line in the finals.
So we're both right. He has missed their free throws. So
I'm not saying he hasn't missed any, but that's pretty.
Those.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Here's what I'll say though. You can dissect that game for the next like 30 minutes. If there was a team to come back from 3-1 in the finals, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I think it's the Spurs team.
I
think it's the Spurs team.
I don't think they're
I've
there
unfortunately conceded. Like, I think they get their shit kicked in.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, I think they lose by 30.
Oh, you think they lose at home?
I think they get their shit kicked in.
Really?
I
think they go to. I think they get 6.
So here's the thing: if they get 6, I think they could get 7. I think they can get 7. But the problem is, I think they get their asses kicked tomorrow. I think you lose that game. That game just ends everything. That's all the momentum out of you. It's kind of like back in 2008.
That's true, yeah.
The Celtics came back, and then they just mollywopped the fucking Lakers the next game.
Yeah,
that's
that is true.
I think happens. I just don't think.
Okay.
However, if you can win this game, I think you have a series again, and I think you have a good chance of getting to 7.
That's what I'm saying. That's
but
exactly
the problem
what I'm saying.
It's game 5. I think it's like a game 5, or like I think this series ends in San Antonio. That's my opinion on it. Either ends tomorrow.
Well,
or
you have a
ends in
66% chance of that happening. So it's for good odds.
Well, yeah,
I just think if you look at the way this is setting up, it could be an all-time choke, and I feel like this. I just feel like the Spurs team as well. It's like now that it is 3-1, right? I actually think that it's going to loosen them up way more, and like they've gotten the huge. Like, they broke the record for longest comeback in the postseason. Yeah. So you can't get any worse than this. So, like, you've got a young team that has been leading the Knicks every single game. They've been 2 plays away from themselves being up 3-1 in this series. Who's to say that they just don't win the next 3 games?
I mean, it's possible. It is a young team. Like, you can shake that off as a young guy sometimes.
I think they know that they'll be back.
That's my point. That's what I said. Like, they could just get, like, Game 5 is not going to be close if the Spurs lose.
Okay, so you think?
Okay,
I see what you're saying.
Even the game before the craziest comeback, Wemby throws the ball off of Castle's fucking back. Like you know what I mean? It can't get any worse than this. If you lose the next game, it's like, wow, the Spurs, they after beating that OKC series, like, no, you can't make it up. Like, they got absolutely dominated by the Knicks. If they win the next game, they go into New York, and they know if they win that game, oh shit, it's the choke job could be on. We're going to Game 7. So that Game 6, that Knicks, they just have to win the next game.
Yeah, I do kind of think there's an element, because we didn't see this complacency in these like young player mistakes from the Spurs like we had this series against the Thunder. I do think there's an element that they read the press clippings of like, oh, the winner of the Western Conference Finals is going to win the NBA Finals. Like, I'm not saying they disrespected the Knicks, but I think that they.
Well,
I think they
you saw the way Wemby celebrated.
Yeah, I think they were already getting their hands measured for rings after they beat the Thunder.
Oh, can you imagine how big Wemby's ring's going to be? Actually, I don't know how big of fingers he has.
I feel like he's got. Yeah, I feel like he's got lengthy fingers.
Go ahead, Evan.
I fucking hate Jalen Brunson more than I hate most people.
I don't like his dad. I'm not like a huge Brunson himself hater, but his dad can go. His dad can go.
Who, the rapist AAU coach? Yeah, he can.
Yeah, right. We don't need
Evan
dad
takes
on
a
daddy on the
stand.
sidelines.
Yeah.
Getting mad at like flop
Yeah.
calls. Come on, let's get rid of that.
Who was it a few games ago? He just called someone not tough. It's like if my dad was like my coach,
was
he just called
Fox.
some guy on the other team not tough, which is true. But like, I
Yeah.
don't want my dad saying that.
Yeah. Don't
don't
get
know.
involved. Don't get
Yeah.
involved. But yeah, I just want 7. I want 2 game 7s. Is that too much to ask? Like we're in the middle. We're in the middle of some really great sports right now. I mean, the World Cup obviously adds to it, but NHL, NBA. There's some good golf on today.
College
I think
World
it's the
Series.
RBC College World Series.
Yeah.
I'll be in attendance next weekend or next week.
I also think, Boone, like what you said about the Spurs and
Yeah.
just like some of the mistakes they've made, like being a young team.
Right.
I wonder if like it's also the back of their head, like just being a 20-year-old.
Yeah,
I mean, what's the average age between those stars? Like 21.
They're
Being that
the youngest
age,
team in the NBA or the youngest
How
team to
can
make
you-
the finals.
how can you not feel like we're gonna be back here? Like we're gonna have another chance at this. Whereas I feel like
Yeah.
that Knicks team could think, like this might be our run. This might be our time. If we don't win this, the East is gonna reload.
Yeah, but at the same time, the Thunder were at the time the youngest team to ever make the finals. They thought they had this huge window ahead of them, and then look what happens.
I guess things change
You can't
fast.
just the window can open and shut.
Yeah. And then the Pacers get DeBonsa, right? And
No,
they're
the Pacers,
right back there.
Celtics
the
gonna be
NBA,
back next year.
the lottery's
Celtics
already
back
happened.
next year.
Chuck, the lottery's already happened.
I know,
We
I'm
did
just
not.
messing with you.
Yeah, we traded our 5th pick for Ibaka Zubac.
Yeah,
But-
or Trey
Yeah.
Young, and the number 1 seeded Wizards happen next year with I'm not sure if you guys saw
Anthony
that claim.
Davis. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we can talk non-finals teams at another time. I don't think people are tuning in for Pacers Wizards talk.
No, I don't even think people from Indiana or Washington are tuning in for that conversation.
No, my grandma's watching. Thanks, Grandma.
No,
She doesn't know she's watching, but she's watching.
Yeah, thanks, Grandma.
appreciate
Uh-huh.
it.
So, we have what I consider personally as the single greatest sporting event in the world. Evan, I know how you feel. I think the scarcity matters here. But the World Cup is not upon us. It is here. It is on us. We're 3 games in, I think, now with the marquee game of the U.S. Paraguay tonight at 9.
Paraguay.
Love it.
Paraguay, yeah.
Is it Guay or Guay? I don't care.
I think they'll respond either way.
The last host nation to kick off.
Yes. So where do we want to start, boys?
We're the real host.
It's been good. The games have been good so far. Mexico
The games
did
have been great.
kind of exactly what I thought they'd do. The 3 red cards in one game was pretty wild.
Yeah.
And then go ahead, sorry.
I thought that South Korea game, was the most exciting
That was very
so
fun,
far.
yeah. Yeah, it felt like 2 teams that both played the style they wanted. Like South Korea had the ball a lot. They were comfortable and it seemed like they were patient with what they were doing, but then they would make these kind of quick breaks with good passing.
They looked great.
Son just couldn't find the net.
He couldn't.
He had
couldn't.
opportunities, but
that South Korean midfield, I mean, they are so quick, and they can.
Yeah.
That game last night reminded me how awesome the World Cup is. Like you just see how much they want it, and like how much it means to them, and even in the way they're playing, just chasing every single loose ball, like really trying to play the strategy, that their manager's trying to get them to do. And the World Cup, it's like you said, it's just so scarce, and it's something where I can always remember like what I was doing in life when a World Cup was going on. It's almost like a little time capsule. Looking, I mean, there's only probably been like 5 that I can even remember. So it's just such a rare thing that I'm often not reminded of until it starts.
Yeah. Like I remember, like the moments you remember from the World Cup are so. They're so big. Like the moment's so big that you remember where exactly you were when you watched it, even if it's
right.
Like I remember watching the Zidane headbutt. That was my first ever World Cup game.
Iconic,
best thing ever. Yeah.
02?
06.
06. It was Italy who won.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I actually, now that you mention it, I know where I was for at least 2 of them. So funny enough, I do remember exactly where I was watching matches.
Telling you.
Everyone seems to remember the South Africa one.
It's because of those damn vuvuzelas and Shakira.
Yeah, mainly Shakira probably.
What year was that one?
2010.
2010. Yeah.
And they also had the South Africa FIFA World Cup game was fun. I think that brought more buzz to it.
I was away at a YMCA camp for the 2010 one. First time ever really watching soccer. They don't give you candy this whole trip. You just have to eat it like the place. And there's no sweets. They're trying to keep you healthy. But for this game, they bring you into this like theater room. You get to watch on this big, projector, and they gave us all a shit ton of candy. Great time.
I did the same thing in 2006 at a soccer camp.
I did the same thing.
And I had like sour punch straws. It was incredible.
That's where I watched the 2006 World Cup as well at soccer camp. We got check-in day.
Because it was summer.
Yeah, it was check-in day, and then the World Cup. We all watched it in the film room. It was awesome.
Incredible.
Dude, I got something on my eye. Hold on.
Some kid got a huge splinter in his ass. Like it was a great time. If it was me, that would have sucked. But yeah, it wasn't me.
That's the main thing to remember. I also think it's wild. Like they have one in Russia in like 2018, and we all just kind of gloss over that. And now
that was in Russia.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty
sure it was.
I actually watched a good amount of that one with Boone at his Height Street house on the 4th.
Yep, because I had just gotten laid off. That's actually my most memorable World Cup. And I'm sorry, guys, I got something stuck in my eye. I can't get it out.
Oh no!
But
run that water.
I think I got laid off like 2 weeks before that tournament. And every single day. No, you don't think so? Was it?
I think it was a few months. It was summer. It was summer.
Did I say I meant months? I meant 2 months. Not 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
Me and my then squatter, just a guy who's living at my place for free, I guess. I'd send him to go get coffee every morning, and we'd sit there and watch all 3 games. It was incredible. I'm actually curious of y'all's thoughts because in watching these games, like going into the World Cup at least, I was super pumped. It was in the U.S. obviously or in North America because we have the times that are suitable for us. But there's something about like the work day, like right after lunch game kicking off. Like I was so pumped to have games in primetime this year that I kind of forgot about that little treat you get at lunch. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean, you look at each other. Like I think that's been the main complaint from people in Europe is like if you like that game starting at 10 o'clock last night, that's starting at 3 a.m. You're just not really gonna watch that, right? I mean, I don't know. The Europeans live a different lifestyle actually, so true. I could be I could be assuming there, but no, I think it's awesome. The USA game starting at like 9 o'clock tonight instead of like 7 in the morning or something, something ridiculous.
Well, that was always the bummer of the ones in Europe. It's like on a good World Cup Saturday, it's like okay, you're all pumped up, you start drinking at like 9, and then 3:30 hits.
I forget what Qatar was like.
Qatar was in November or October. Remember?
What is even the time difference? Yeah,
it was so fucking hot though.
Yeah,
even still in the Qatar.
Dude, I mean, it's hot here. Like these Europeans pick the worst time. Oh,
that's why they got the hydration break.
Yeah, the hydration break's not usually a thing.
I mean, and I think before we dig into our snake draft, I think it's important to also call out a few differences and things changing with this World Cup. Like for starters, there's 16 more teams, which is kind of crazy, right? We're going from 32 to 48. We've added a round of 32 as opposed to going straight to the knockout round of 16. So you're playing more games, right? It's kind of a longer tournament.
Yeah.
I think the best teams are now seeded in groups where there's not really like you might have another team that's just as good, but that's I feel like a little bit more rare. Right, because there's just more teams, so the talent pool I think is a little bit larger. So
right, well,
I'd be surprised if we see as many upsets like in the group stages of teams not going through because of that reason. So
yeah,
we'll see.
And I just kind of on that same point, I expect all of the ranked kind of top 10 favorites, if you will, to make it to the next round. Just because
I do too.
They extended the third place rankings too from.
Yep, that's
it's
right.
Like
That's a great point.
The top 8, I think. Top 8 of the 12.
Top 8.
Yeah,
so
and
I think it's by like goals and just points.
Yeah,
and,
points.
Yeah,
and virtual,
So there could be some 1 seeds that just really screw up in the group stage and squeak by, and some poor soul draws them in the round of 32. So it's really a World Cup where I think things could easily get out of hand, but it's also like college football expansion as well, where there's just more room for madness.
Yeah. Well, there's more room for madness, but I think there's also more room for
blowouts too.
Yeah, blowouts in big games.
Yeah.
So, but God, just looking at these teams, I mean, there's some teams that just like, I get you're trying to make it more global, but if you're going to expand it to 48, we'd rather watch Italy than Curacao or Cabo Verde. You know what I mean? I get trying to be equal, but you know.
Yeah. Should we start our snake draft?
Yeah. So we got a couple things prepared for y'all. Obviously, we want to do this earlier in the week to really preview it. But we're gonna hit a snake draft. We're gonna pick our top 4 teams that we think can win the World Cup. Whoever has the team that wins will, the other 2 will have to do something. We'll figure that out later. If none of us pick a team that wins, then that will be the last show, probably. And then we'll also
got
get
our winners up here.
Yeah, we'll also get our picks for the Golden Boot, the Golden Gloves, Golden Ball, all the golds, everything gold. We'll give our picks for.
What's the Golden Ball?
I think it's just MVP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's called the Golden Ball, but I'm pretty sure it's a gold ball of a trophy.
Which is usually the top goal scorer. Assuming they win.
Or like the best player on the team that lost the final or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, boys, how do we want to decide this order?
Well,
I think
I'm
the
soccer aficionado of the group, so I was thinking I have last pick.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that too. Chuck, where do you want to be?
Okay.
I'm good with first or second.
You can go second, my friend.
All right.
I'll be the anchor.
Sounds
Or wait,
good.
Evan just said he wanted anchor, didn't he?
Evan is the anchor.
Well, I'll take middle too. I'll take whatever position you guys don't want. That's how confident I am to win.
All right, so Boone, you go first. We'll put Evan in the middle, and then I'm
first. Okay.
I'll take us home. Yeah, take
your
pick,
and then
I'll just pick them as we go, so we know which ones have already been chosen.
Okay. Let me just get the list ready because I thought you were going to go first, so I had to change things up. With my first pick, God, and I don't want this team to win, but it feels silly to not take the French. They seem to be good at soccer and making World Cup finals, so I'm going to take the French here. They have one of my favorite players in the world who we will get to.
And I will take Portugal.
Wow. Ooh. Okay.
I like it. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Best player in the world.
They would have such a better chance if he just would accept his role as not the star anymore.
I mean, they got the best midfield in the world, so I think they can make a run.
Let them play. Don't try to dictate everything around Ronaldo. Although, we deserve the Ronaldo-Messi group stage clash. We just... or not group stage, knockout clash. We all deserve
We really
that.
do. I think that would be the perfect cap-off to two obviously legendary, goated international and club campaigns. Well, I mean, you guys have left me Spain here, so I feel obligated. It's hard not to take England because I do think it's coming home this year, but we're going to have to go with...
Yeah, you do have back-to-backs.
Oh, that makes it easy for me.
That's how the snake works.
Well, we're going to take both of these nations then. Spain, I'm hoping Yamal can get healthy before the tournament. I am going to see him in Atlanta. So
who's playing striker for Spain? That's like that was because I was between Spain and France as well, but I just trust France more from a
Ozzy.
goals
What's
perspective.
his? I forget his full name. He's the Real Sociedad forward, but he can score goals, and I mean I
don't doubt that they can score goals. It's just like if Alvaro Morata's who you're rolling out to play the 9 for you again in 2026, that's where you lose me a little bit.
Yeah, I think they'll be just fine. I mean, their wingers are obviously elite. They just won coming off Euros. Nico was incredible.
Yeah,
Yamal's only gotten better. My only worry is is his hamstring going to be ready for a tournament of 8 games? And it sounded like it was a pretty bad injury to finish up.
And it's going to be hot.
Yep. I mean, he's got obviously youth on his side, but Yamal, we'll get to in a little bit. But I think it's going to be really interesting how he approaches this tournament because you've got kind of like Messi and Ronaldo, like we just said, end of an era for a lot of players, and then we've got players like Yamal where it's like statement World Cup. It's his first time to really put his mark on something like this. So I'll take Spain as my first pick there, and then England. Who I really think have got a great squad going into this World Cup.
Y'all have an unbelievable squad. It's just one of those things that until you do it, I just can't see you doing it.
Well, I think this is also the World Cup where things are a little different. Like we've got Tuchel as manager, which I think is very different than having maybe guys in the past who you could say were kind of like vibes picks. Like Tuchel is a top manager. He could probably go coach a top club right now. So I think for him to take something on like England, he is a guy who has put together a team that he thinks is going to win. He hasn't necessarily chosen the 26 like best players in England, which I think is kind of a good strategy. Like I think that's how you win tournaments like this. So I'm interested to see how far England go.
I don't. Of course you are. You're British, but I don't. I just he's wasting a midfield spot on Jordan Henderson, and that I just can't overlook that.
But other countries like Brazil are doing the same with Neymar. I feel like you can say that for a number of nations.
But the other nations don't have like quality midfielders that would benefit from getting World Cup experience young, like England does. Like Adam Wharton should be at this World Cup over Jordan Henderson.
He plays.
Yeah, he's a douche. I get it. All right, Ev, you're on the clock.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, the SIG is lit.
You had to think about this one.
The beacon is lit.
The stakes are high.
I wanted to take them first round, but I figured one of you guys might take them, so that's why I abstained. And I knew they'd be available because you guys just don't know ball like I do. The United States of America will be my second pick here. Listen.
Oh, at plus 6,000.
I want you guys to look back a little bit. There was about 26 years ago in a city called Lake Placid, New York. A group of young men were doubted by the world. In a time when America needed them most, we were divided. In the middle of a Cold War, the country came together and united again. That's what you can expect this year. Country's a little divided. We're in a couple wars. Some things aren't going America's way. This young men that no one believes in are going to come out and do something the world wasn't expecting and win the World Cup. On home turf at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, New York. I called it New Jersey, New York because they pretend to be the New York Jets. But
it's not MetLife Stadium for the World Cup. It's NYNJ Stadium.
Okay. That might just have cost us the World Cup. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's a FIFA rule. They can't because they're not affiliated with the sponsor. So every state, it's not Gillette. They're playing at Foxborough Stadium. That's for all the World Cup. It's for all the
little
stadiums.
Throwback. Last time a game was played at Foxborough Stadium. Does anybody know the last game to be played at Foxborough Stadium?
I didn't know there was a Foxborough Stadium. So
yes,
no.
It was actually the last game to ever be played at Foxborough Stadium. The infamous Tuck Rule game when Tom Brady started his legacy.
Wow. Wait, I just feel like it's always been called Gillette.
Nope. So they built Gillette. Robert Kraft purchased the team before that. They played at Foxborough for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then they tore down Foxborough Stadium after that season, and they built Gillette. So the first game ever played in Gillette Stadium was right after they won the Super Bowl against the Rams. It actually might have even been being built during that time, to be honest with you. Yep. So.
Well, that's a great trip.
They started that stadium off with a banner unveiling. It might be the only stadium in history to have that happen. But anyways, so yeah,
are you done?
USA. The reign starts tonight. We once again are going to cement ourselves as the big brother of the world, taking over for all these other dumb countries like Brazil, Argentina, France, the Netherlands, Colombia, who think they're good at soccer. We're just going to show them who's boss. Win it just like we did to Canada in hockey. And Canada couldn't even get a win against Bosnia in their first game. Great game, though. Good comeback. Thought they had it at the end.
I honestly think that was an interesting game to watch. If we can just take a quick pivot, just because I felt like Canada should have won that game by so many more. But then at the same time, if I think about what I saw, like Bosnia had plenty of chances. Like the Bosnia defensive performance today with all those goal line clearances and blocks.
The center backs were incredible.
Yeah, like
they got a lot
I stole
of
that from the announcers, so I'm not gonna. But
I took the live hedge when I knew Charlie was gonna fade me. I had Senegal spread, so plus a half, I think. I took the live draw on Canada. So if that goal had gone in like the 96th minute, I would not have been on this show. That would have caused my hangover to consume me.
Also, quick thing, back on the USA real quick. That goal they scored against fucking Germany on the volley was fucking insane.
No, Robertson, he banged that, and I think that's the thing about this USA team is I really do think they're a dark horse in this tournament. They've got a good squad. Here's what I'm gonna say though, their group is gonna matter a lot if you look at the path that they could take. Yeah. And I know that sounds obvious, but they really need to do well, especially in this first game. Yeah. I think that's gonna dictate how they do for the rest of the tournament. But they've got a squad that could go far. I like a lot of the players.
I just think it is so dependent on Chris Richardson's health, or Chris Richards, not
agreed.
Richardson.
And another Christian as well, or Chris. Starting with Chris at least, Christian Pulisic. I saw some pretty bad quotes from him. I think someone needs to pull him aside, tell him that the name on the front matters a whole hell of a lot more than the name on the back.
Yeah.
So I think if we can figure that out, USA will make a run.
I would love it if they came out tonight.
Let's save the USA talk for the preview.
I would love it if they came out tonight with no names on the back.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Who's up next?
I'm up. I'm trying to figure out my pick on the back on the flip because Evan picked USA and I sprinted to the podium to draft Brazil. I love this Brazil team. I think they're getting overlooked. I think they have two of the best keepers in the world, even though they're older in age. I think their center backs are really underrated. I'm also a Juve fan, so I love Bremer. And I like the guy from Brentford that they brought along. I think he's a good, proper striker. Igor Thiago, I think his name is. Evan, you okay there? You're breathing real heavy.
I was holding my breath trying to read something. Sorry.
Oh, why were you holding? Wait, why were you holding your breath? Why were you holding?
Breathing is tough work.
You weren't holding your breath because we could hear you audibly breathing.
I was breathing through my nose pretty aggressive. I don't know. I zoned out for a minute. Who knows?
I was holding my breath. I was just breathing through my nose. What?
I think there might have been something in that cigarette. Who knows?
Yeah, probably.
Take care of yourself.
This is where it gets tough for me because there's obviously Messi's my GOAT, so I think that's a good pick. But I just don't think they're that good this year. I'm gonna go a little bit off the beaten path. I think.
Don't take my pick.
I might take your pick. Give me Colombia. Give me Colombia. I like this team. I think that I saw a stat that I'm taking as gospel that European teams don't do well outside of Europe for World Cups. I think they've lost or they haven't won 8 of them or something. I don't know. It was I'm dumb. I'm a dumb guy brain. They said that it's too hot for the Europeans to play here, so I went with that. I also think Lucho is going to have a big tournament. I think he's playing really, really well. So yeah, give me the Colombians.
Yeah, I love a few of the South American teams, Colombia, Ecuador, and I think it's a valid point though. I do think the heat will play a role, especially if it's just going to get hotter in some of the places that it plays. And for that reason,
whoa, you're not up next.
Are you guys serious?
You're the anchor, dog.
Oh, I forgot.
You chose to move out of the second slot. This would be all-time funny.
I forgot.
I know he's going to take Argentina. That's not who I'm going to take. I'm going to be taking the Dutch out of the Netherlands.
I like that pick. I like that pick.
Respect.
I was looking at them. Yeah, they're an interesting squad because they've got a good defense. They're a little older. I just don't know who's going to be scoring goals for them. I mean, Gakpo, I guess, is going to be scoring goals for him. So I take that back.
I think they're going to be a hard team to beat, but I don't think they have the attacking ability to win it all. But if you saw, there was some computer program, some nerd who has predicted the correct World Cup winner for the past 6, and they picked the Dutch. So Evan,
really?
maybe are you Rain Man? I don't know. Maybe you're onto something.
I might be the best. See, I could be the best predicting soccer out of the three of us because I have so little information.
You could be. The World Cup is unpredictable.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not overthinking anything. I'd be happy for the Dutch. I think they've come in second like 3 times. That's tough.
Dude, they've been to 3 World Cup finals. They're basically like the Buffalo Bills of
that's literally what you just said.
You just changed my words. Yeah. I said I think they've come in second in the World Cup 3 times. You go, no, they've been to the final 3 times.
Oh wait, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Same thing. I thought you
said to the final but don't win it. That usually means second.
I thought you said.
I'm the hungover one, Chuck, not you. Your brain's supposed to be firing. I got things in my eyes.
You guys are tripping me up with the order, and
you made the order. This was your order.
Charlie,
so
how
I'm up next, right?
Class?
No, not well. I actually had to redo calculus.
Charlie, we did really well in stats. You know that.
Oh, that is true. We did very well in statistics.
We did very well in
stats and math, very different.
I agree. Different, I think stats should be moved to science and physics should be moved to math, but I digress. Charlie, give us the last 2.
All right. Well, I already did my speech on Argentina, but look, the Qatar World Cup was rigged for Messi.
Shut up.
I see no reason why FIFA can't do it again. And if this is going to be the sign-off, he's been playing in Miami for 2 years. The whole team is designed for him to score. They're just a scrappy team, and they could easily repeat. So give me Argentina. My second one.
They did something crazy, building their offense around the best player in the world. Shocking game plan there.
It's like Ronaldo he's a demigod.
Plays for Portugal.
No.
He does, Evan.
Yeah.
The real Ronaldo plays for Brazil.
The hangover's getting to Boone, I think. He's all confused.
I'm trying to fight through it the best I can, but it's getting harder and harder.
All right, for my fourth and final, we're going to go with a team that I think is being underrated here, and that is Belgium. Every single World Cup, it kind of feels like this is the dark horse, and I just don't see them as worse than teams than Germany, Norway, or the Dutch. And man, the value here is great. If KDB could catch fire, Doku, they've got some players.
Doku excites me. It's KDB is just old. He's coming off an injury. He just isn't the same guy. And
that is true.
Courtois is going to have to stand on his head. Yeah, I hear you. Courtois is going to have to stand on his head, which he's extremely capable of doing. So,
yeah, I just feel like they've been keeping KDB locked up in Serie A and that just like defensive Napoli play style, and he's actually going to have a chance to play soccer again. And he's got guys like Doku running in behind. I mean, even Lukaku, Belgium, and it's kind of like finally it's a World Cup where. All the talk isn't like this Belgian golden generation. They're going to make a run. It's kind of like, okay, well, we're past that. These guys are washed. Hey, let's see.
I don't know that I expect much out of Belgium this World Cup, but
And they've got a good group with Egypt and who is it? I think Iran.
I'm looking now.
Maybe.
Yeah, Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and the Kiwis. Yes, that's a very gettable group.
Yeah, I think they win that group.
I actually have Egypt winning that group, shockingly enough.
Yeah. Mo Salah!
I think Mo Salah's on a FU tour for how things ended at Liverpool.
Is that everybody's picks?
No, that's...
No.
You're the only one.
Dude,
you... Evan and I, neither of us have made our last pick. You had the snake.
And to round out my picks, I will go with... fuck. Between 2. Just give me Germany. Don't love it. Got nothing to say. I was considering Mexico, but they're not going to get it done.
They could do it.
No.
Have exited the group stage in their last 2 World Cups, Germany. And then the World Cup before it won the whole thing.
I like that. So if I get them out of the group stage, I have a chance. I mean, they're still not going to beat the U.S., so it doesn't really matter, but...
All right, and there's some teams I still like here. But I'm going to be true to myself and my favorite team. Not my favorite team, but my favorite dark horse this whole tournament. Just give me Senegal to round out my...
Oh.
I like this team a lot. I think they've got a lot of talent up front. Again, I'm biased because Iliman Ndiaye plays for that team. But with him, with Sadio Mane, and then Idrissa Gana Gueye holding down the midfield, I think that they can make a little bit of noise. I know we've talked about weather, half joking, half not sometimes. it's 55 degrees in Oslo, and it's 92 degrees in Foxborough where they're playing. I do think that's going to have an impact. I don't think Haaland can do this by himself. Haaland is a great player, but I just think that we're forgetting about the people who play in the balls at Man City. Morocco, I think Senegal's better. I do really like that Ecuador team, though. So that was tough. That was a tough pick. I think Ecuador's going to have one of the better defenses.
Do they have any natives of the Galapagos Island on the team?
They do not. I don't think. I don't know that people are native to the Galapagos, so.
There's a few, I think.
Really? I didn't know that.
Google probably knows that. Speaking of Galapagos Islands, that's one of like the top 5 places I would love to go in my life. I heard it's the best scuba diving in the world. It's the Super Bowl of scuba diving, so that is very high on my bucket list.
You got to make your pilgrimage to Mecca, the Galapagos.
Yeah.
I have some seals based around it.
It's actually the theory of evolution. I think it's all from the Galapagos.
Darwinism.
Yeah. It's actually not a hard trip to pull off.
That book out there.
It's kind of expensive. You got to go through Ecuador, and you got to get a bunch of permits and shit.
It's not as it's easier than you would think.
But I was wrong. There are no natives of the Galapagos Islands. I'm not sure if that doesn't mean people don't live there now year round, maybe, but they probably don't have too many soccer leagues. I don't think there's a lot of adult leagues.
They lost to Cabo Verde.
The netting would be a real problem.
Yeah. That's a good one. That took me a second. I laughed out of pity at first. That was a good one.
I've seen a lot of love for Japan.
I have World Cup, and I like Japan. I have them advancing. I think I have them winning their first game. But
listen, Japan should stick to Pokemon and food. That's what they do best. Leave the soccer to the rest of us.
Sorry, Chuck. I didn't mean to cut you off. Were you going to say something else about Japan?
No, just the same thing. Yeah. I also like Turkey. I think Turkey will be really fun with Yildiz and Goulart and a few other players. I know they're in the USA group, and I hope we win it. But they could be tough as like a second seed getting into the knockouts.
That was an interesting one because I wanted Turkey to qualify because I wanted to watch them in the World Cup, but they also were the worst team that we could have gotten from the qualifiers in our group. So. I still think we're going to be fine. Again, it's Chris Richards. Is he healthy? Is he playing? I think that's going to be... Just because Tim Way is so old and back. Like, we need somebody quicker to pair with him.
Yeah, I think some of these potential knockout matchups as well, like when it gets to round of 16, if Germany and France both win their groups, like they'll face each other, which will be pretty nuclear. We've also got a potential for this is the USA's run if they get first in their group. They could draw teams like Bosnia or Canada. That would be pretty crazy.
I would love a US-Canada game in the round of 32. That'd be awesome.
Right.
Talk about an win.
And I would love to avenge our loss from the last World Cup when Timmy Howard made the save record and Chris Wondolowski missed a fucking sitter. I should not still remember Chris Wondolowski's name. But Timmy Howard made 16 saves, and then Wando missed a sitter and knocked us out. Would have been... We got to get our revenge there.
There's also a potential for England to play Mexico in Mexico City at the Azteca, which I'm pretty sure the last time they played there, it was the Maradona handball.
Oh, that's incredible.
Which would be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've got the Argentina-Portugal potential matchup.
I need that.
Yeah, so you can see who the real best in the world is, Ronaldo.
Another team that was electric is Ivory Coast. Like before the tournament, they beat France in a friendly. So we'll see what they do.
Well, and then
you also in a pretty hard group.
You'll also have those random countries that don't really have much but have one star player like Ghana. Ghana didn't even qualify for AFCON, but they also have Antoine Semenyo. So there's individual moments of brilliance that always happen in the World Cup that get a team through when they really shouldn't be still playing, when they should be outclassed.
Yeah. And there's some teams, for the first time, like Curacao, Cabo Verde is, I'm probably butchering that name, but...
Well, today they were saying that...
Uzbekistan, I think, is their first World Cup, right?
But Canada and... who'd they play? Oh, Canada and Bosnia both got their first World Cup points today. I think the commentary was saying.
Yeah, and Bosnia beat Italy to get through, right?
Yeah. which we all saw coming. Anyone that watches Italian soccer kind of saw that team was fragile. That's why the Serie A is not very good anymore, if I'm honest. Do we want to move on to dark horses?
I feel like we covered a lot of the dark horses. Do we want to do individual?
Yeah, sure.
Player futures?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I got some takes on.
So we each get one. We each get one for these.
Okay.
So y'all want to go reverse snake in this one?
Sure.
All right, Chuck. Who do you have winning the Golden Boot?
I'm honestly pretty shocked to see these odds, and I've already hammered it. But I have Ousmane Dembele.
I like that.
At plus 2,500. I think the narrative around France, or just like the internal politics, like a lot of people have talked about that being the only thing that can kind of stop them this season. But a part of that is like Dembele, I feel like is kind of like almost the best player on this French team. With like PSG and just how they've won recently. I feel like he could easily be the guy to, score 3 goals in a match here or there. And like the odds that they have him at compared to Mbappe, I think they're just thinking because Mbappe's on penalties.
Yeah.
That's the reason that he'll probably come ahead. But Dembele could easily score 6-7 goals in this tournament. So for that reason, I love his odds, and that you got to give me him.
I think that's fair. Ev, what say you?
I will be taking Alvarez.
I love that.
I do too.
I love that.
I like that a lot, actually.
The 150 million bid from Real Madrid.
Listen,
wonder how much he's worth after this tournament.
Maybe 250.
Maybe.
And I'm gonna take Cristiano. No, I'm just kidding.
That's the price. That's a smart bet.
So I'm actually
gonna have 4 against Argentina.
I'm actually going to plug my nose, close my eyes, because this pick is stinky. But give me Rafinha. I think he's going to step into the goal scorer for Brazil.
I don't hate it. I think his odds are a little poor.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they have him as the same as like a Dembele, for example.
Yeah.
He's better than Vinny? I guess.
They know something, man. They know something.
Yeah, they might.
I'm telling you. Who is the... Oh, is that the Spain striker? Or Razabal?
Yeah, okay. That is. And I mean, speaking of that, if I wasn't going to choose Dembele, I think the Yamal odds are insane.
I have him more as like an MVP than a Golden Boot. I just feel like he does, like... I don't know. Yeah. He's not the primary goal scorer, I feel like, but I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know.
I mean, how many goals did he score in the Euros? I'm trying to...
Yeah, when I say primary goal scorer, I'm thinking like a prototypical 9 that's like just a finisher, like a Lewandowski, which I know is not really where the game is anymore.
I mean, I don't know who's on pens for Spain as well.
It's got to be
I get what you're saying. I just feel like, I feel like he could easily do the same thing as I said with Dembele, just have also one game where he scores a hat trick, and it's like all of a sudden he's way in the lead. I mean, another guy who I just have to say it, Harry Kane. I've already hit his number a few times, but
not going to be in the tournament long enough.
The reason I think he is a good pick, though, is that whole England team just runs through him.
Yeah.
So if there's going to be a goal to be had, he's probably going to be in the mix somewhere.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are blindly hammering Erling Haaland. I just, to Evan's point, or his jab at you, I just don't think Norway is going to be in the tournament long enough for him to get the number he needs.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point.
What do we got next, Chuck?
Another little dark horse. Let's see here. Team top goal scorer. We just did that.
No.
Golden Gloves.
Where's that at?
I don't know. But we can just make our picks.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a keeper with the most clean sheets, right, or the least goals?
I don't know. You told me about Golden Gloves.
I know.
I didn't know Golden Gloves was a thing.
I was asking Charlie, not you.
What was the question? Sorry.
Is Golden Gloves the keeper with the most clean sheets or the least goals allowed?
Can't be least goals because then that wouldn't make sense. Because what if you go further in the tournament? It's not fair.
Or is it like most
I don't know
saves?
what that award even is. Yeah. I don't know.
All right, well then let's skip it. I just remember Emi Martinez won it last year. Best.
Well, the World Cup was 4 years ago.
There's also best.
Best young player.
Best young player. Yep. No, this isn't it.
Outstanding podcasting.
I mean, I think we pretty much went through most of it. In terms of futures, I've thrown some parlays together of games that I think are pretty can't lose for a few teams, if you'd even say that in a World Cup. But
I wouldn't say that in soccer, dude. The draw just screws everything up.
Absolutely.
Golden Gloves is just the best goalkeeper. No primary.
I thought so.
It's just the best goalkeeper.
It's a subjective award.
Because to quantify it would be kind of silly, like with clean sheets or like least goals.
Gotcha. All right, we can skip that. We can skip the other awards. I just when you mentioned Elise earlier, Chuck, I have a sneaky little future on him to win MVP of the tournament. I just have been so impressed with him.
I like that.
I think he can score, he can assist, a lot of things. Kind of like different players completely, but the France World Cup a couple years ago, or I guess the Mbappe's first one, everyone focused on Mbappe. He was exciting. He's young. He's fast. He scored a lot of goals, but you could see the difference in that France team the next time they played when Pogba wasn't there pulling the strings. And I kind of think Elise is that same, not the same player, but going to have the same impact. Pogba was a lot more defensive and moving the ball from box to box. Elise is more creative, but Elise is like my favorite player in the world right now. He's just so fun to watch. He's so good with the ball. So yeah, I've got him as my MVP of the tournament.
I love that. I mean, I think any of those French players would be good odds, like Doué as well. Could break out and score a bunch for this tournament.
Player of the tournament, yeah.
Even Cherki is going to be exciting to watch. That whole French team is going to be great. And you've got a lot of players like that who I think could really have a breakout tournament. I mean, all those PSG guys like João Neves. I hope that Endrick gets a go for Brazil. I feel like he's just like one of those players that is like classic international player. Timothy Weah from USA. I think he could have a breakout tournament. Same with Balogun.
Yeah.
Robertson's going to play wonderful.
Do we want to... do you say Robertson? You mean Robinson?
Yeah, that guy.
The guy on Fulham? Yeah.
Listen, well, here's the thing about him. Or like I said, it's a lot more important the name on the front of his jersey than the name on the back.
That's
I don't
right.
even know my guys' names.
I hear you. Do we want to close with a little U.S. talk and then get out of here? Because the game starts in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get loaded.
Yeah, I like this U.S. team. The thing I'm most interested about today is who gets the starting keeper spot. I'm pro Matt Turner. I think it's going to probably be Matt Freese. And then who's going to get the starting striker spot? I think Balogun should get it, but then Pepe's still got the 9 shirt, so like it's just weird.
It's gotta be Balogun.
It should be.
Gotta be.
I agree.
Pepe's had some good moments, and then who is like? Are we going to play? I'm assuming we're going to play a 3-5-2. Or no. Yeah. I said that right. I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
That's 10.
Do you think Pochettino is going to start winning the 3? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have Serginho Dest and Robinson playing wingbacks, and he's gonna do like Richardson. God, I keep saying Richardson. Richards, Tim Riemann, and someone else in the back with them as center backs.
I think for me, I think you're spot on with like Chris Richards being the key to like if this team can really make a long-term run. Because honestly, I think it's the center backs that are the only real potential weak spot in the U.S. team. Like the wingbacks are really. You could make the case that Robertson's the best player on the team, like the way he's been playing in the Premier League.
Yeah, I still think it's Chris Richards, but
I think like for me, the real strength of this U.S. team is the midfield. Like Tyler Adams, Tillman, Freeman, McKinney, who I think is kind of like the heartbeat of this team.
McKinney
if he gets
had an
going,
awesome season too. But Tyler Adams is the most important player in that midfield for sure.
Right, and I mean, he's the captain, and like when that midfield just dominates games, it really just opens up space for the rest of the team to play. And you've got speedsters and like Balogun and Pulisic and Weah, and I think like if you can just settle things down and get possession and get balls in behind, like.
Right.
Man, this USA team could be so exciting. It's not like the sluggish USA teams of past. I feel it's like a very quick, agile, passing team.
We've got more technically gifted players than we've had in past. Like this, I don't want to say this is our golden generation because I do think as a whole, U.S. soccer is on the rise. We've invested a lot more where players are going abroad younger. But this is kind of the first real generation to me where it feels like all the players are technically sound. They move the ball. They understand. They play the European style, which whatever you want to say about the European style, they win more World Cups than anyone else. So,
and similar to, like you could say, I mean, maybe a little similar to Brazil and England, but feels like the first season as well, they've got like a real proper manager taking them to the World Cup in Pochettino. Like Brazil's got Ancelotti, England's got Tuchel. USA get Pochettino, who I'd honestly put up there with those managers. Like he could probably go manage a club right now, like in one of those top clubs. So I'm excited to see how Pochettino takes a really young, like hungry.
Right.
I mean, I think they're still young. Kind of feels like it's USA's time. Like I mean, it's now.
This World Cup is going to be their best shot.
Proving ground.
Right. Pulisic is 27.
For this core, this is their best shot.
He could be 31 if they have another World Cup.
Yeah. It's our world.
We got to also pay attention to this is the first glimpse we'll have at how they're going to handle the pressure because there's pressure.
No problem. No pressure. They're a bunch of young guys who are playing with the country behind them.
Yeah. Feels like called it just another tournament.
Yep, that's exactly what you want to hear from your young guys. Listen, they're playing free willy-nilly. I want my guys out drinking after the game tonight. That's what I want.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
I want Miller Lights. It's the 80s again, Boone. It's
they're going to be in LA.
It's just a different surface. Have fun, party, get drunk as shit, bang some chicks, go back, win the next game. Unless you're married and no banging chick, well, bang your wife, but no randoms.
Assuming your spouse is a
controversies.
Chick,
No controversies.
100% agree. But with that, boys, do y'all have anything else? Because we got to go get ready.
Nope. God bless America, baby.
Yes.
God bless America.
Yes. We'll hopefully be delivering some good news on the next show. But till next time, it's been fun.
We will.
Till next time. Yeah, good show, guys.
See you guys.